Right now, I was not gonna have my phone out until y'all said about that post, and then I read it, and she was spot on, so I had to respond back to her.
Why don't you read it and let us respond to it live?
We should shout her out though, because she do chimes in.
Might as well, yeah.
The Rachness.
Let's say
The Rachness.
Ain't it the Rachness, right?
Yeah,
that's
you,
her?
well, you know, give her a plug and I'll read it.
So first of all,
before
all of that, welcome everybody once again to the Five Mics podcast. We're back in here. This episode 16.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Hops in here, Io, Monte, Dino, and Tim. We have a special guest in here as well. We'll see if she wants to tell her name later. We'll open up right now. I guess we had a post. I didn't even see it. Was it the Five Mics page?
Yeah.
Is that me responding? Which post was it, Tim? Go ahead.
So it was the one we talked about black people versus niggas. And
the way you say it.
I had to say it. I had to say it like that. But no, so the Rachness, and she's good friends with Hops, or Hops knows her.
Oh, that's the one that wanted to smoke with you, right?
Yeah, she came at me, what? I don't know how many episodes ago.
It was the WAP episode.
Yeah. Was it that one?
Either. Yeah, it was basically the one where you were telling them not to be thoughts and to go to church and shit like that.
I did say that, didn't I?
Something like that.
I still agree with that. But
and it was the Lizzo episode.
Yeah, that one too.
It's every episode.
She been at you every episode.
She ain't the only one. But you know what?
I love her. That's my girl.
But guess what, though?
I'm not going to trip.
I'm not going to trip. You're right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just read what she said. So she said, I would love to hear y'all talk about Ibram X. Kenny's point of view on this topic, and after reading about it, comes up in his book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. Discuss if you still subscribe to and support the thought process of categorizing black people like this. This is something that comes up in Latinx culture too. And his book really changed my mind about how I view my own dueling consciousness and oppressive racist belief systems. This was an interesting discussion topic and definitely reminded me about the book and how it's actually supporting racist belief systems to think about our communities in such fashion. Example, grouping types of people in our community and deeming some groups as more desirable qualities and behaviors than others, instead of identifying people as individual people with individual behaviors and qualities. That's spot on, though.
Yeah, I get that. Because I think we talked about that before, where during slavery they would kind of create that division. So if you were light skinned, they would kind of put you over here versus dark skins, and that's kind of how they created that division. Yeah. And I understand what she's saying in that aspect, that we're creating that kind of division at the same token.
Yeah.
But we're not saying it in that essence. You know, we're more like, I know to be weary of that person because he is more dangerous than I would be. And that's the same token as if I saw a white person that fits the same mold that I've seen, you know? Mm-hmm. So I agree. Yeah. I think we did it lightheartedly in a sense, but I can understand where she's coming from for sure.
Yeah, because we do it a lot because even with the light skin, dark skin thing, well, we do that just as black people. I think that with what she was saying is we're creating that because I know I get mad. I know you guys get mad if a white person came in here and was like, okay, I can trust you because you're African American. You're a black person. I'm staying away from. We get pissed. Like, we want to fight. So I can see what she was saying with that paragraph that she put on there.
Yeah, I understand that too. But kind of the way I look at it is like when you're talking about different types of people, you're saying they behave a certain way. Well, like I feel like you're giving each person like a chance to display what their behavior is like as an individual. But then you are judging them on that behavior, right? So you could probably do without like the label like, oh, that's a nigga, or versus like that's a black person. But as far as like people in general, like it's not just black people. Like I associate with different people based on how they behave, period. Like if you're on some reckless shit, black, white, brown, blue, or yellow, I'm not hanging out with you at 3 a.m. on the corner of the club at Dooley's or whatever, right? So I understand how there's like a whole tangled thing where sometimes we try to claim things where we don't want people to call us a nigga, but like we want to claim it because it gives us our power back. And then, is there like some embedded deep racism in there? So like that's a big pretzel to untangle. But I think like we always say in the pod, like we're kind of learning everything in real time. Like we're learning, updating our opinion. But yeah, like the shit we say on the pod is the shit we say at the time. And we do appreciate your feedback and hope you guys are seeing that we are listening, and then we will kind of have a discussion about it and see what's good later.
I guess it's just like brings awareness to like the social climate that we're actually in right now. Something that we took lightheartedly, someone else took it as like more sensitive and put their, notion on it versus how we were like just, niggas in the club, black people at the bar, so it's like that same thing where like if we all hoop or play sports and you see like a white boy come out, I'm about to go against the white boy because I'm gonna win that, just because like that black inferiority over like a white person anyway. So it's just like one of those things that she probably was like mentioning too. So, and like Ayo said, yeah, we are listening to the comments. I definitely get more, I think, in private DM than on the comment section and anything. So I always tell people straight up, I'm like, yo, just copy and paste that, send it and put it on the comment section so the other 4 people can do it versus like we're having this conversation in quiet and it doesn't go anywhere. I think it's best if people could like use that energy and put it out there for everybody else to see it. That way we can actually do something and work on something together versus just in the closet.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate the feedback. Once again, we're at 5, like the number MIC pod on Instagram, and you can find our handles on there. All right, let's get into some shits.
Hold on, can I pick it back off something real quick?
Go ahead.
Because I was going to say...
Wait, can he jump on anybody?
Well, no, because I didn't even say nothing. So my take on it is it's so hard because I feel like back then you were what you portrayed, but I don't feel like it's like that anymore. And so what I mean now is, I don't know if y'all seen that Hispanic dude on TikTok who's blowing up now.
Oh, yeah.
5 years ago, if I see a dude like that, portraying the way he's portraying himself, I'm looking like, okay, this guy is not going to be riding is he on a skateboard? Whatever it is, and he's got the music playing in the background. But his portrayal, the way he looks, does not look like he would be doing that.
Yeah,
and so now,
like an essay, Baby Joker.
Yeah, so now it's getting to the point where it just seems like just because somebody has gold chains or might look like the stereotype, they're not really the stereotype. And it's just hard because, you don't want to categorize people, but I don't know, man.
Gold chains.
Well, so it's difficult, right? Because you saw that like that Dave Chappelle comedy skit from like a while back where he was like, he's talking about women. He's like, excuse me, just because I'm dressed this way, you think I'm a hoe, you think this, and that, and then he was like, well, if you get in trouble and you run up to somebody in a police uniform and say, officer, help me, and he was like, well, what is just because I'm wearing this uniform? You think I'm a police officer?
No, he's a dope, man.
You feel me?
So there's a balance to it, right? You don't, it's kind of like a sad, not even sad truth, it's just an objective truth. Like, people are going to judge you based on the way you carry yourself, like based on your opinions. And weird, it's like Monte was talking about that other couple episodes, like implicit bias. Sometimes the things people think about you, it's below their conscious level of awareness. Like, they're just gonna look, that's fucked up. We're like, they're just gonna look at you and just like think a certain way. So we got to like use our logical brain to understand that, like, obviously your gut level emotions aren't the things you should trust, and you should learn how to like use your reason and actually get to know people one-on-one. But that's the way I do it. Get to know people one-on-one, and I'm good faith with everybody until you give me a reason not to. I'm not trying not to judge you.
Yeah, I mean, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but that's all you have in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to read the pages and the chapters and see what they're about.
Well, I feel like everybody has that prejudice too.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep.
Like, I've never walked anywhere and was like, oh man, I don't think about a person like that. So I always feel like sucks to say, I have prejudices.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk down a dark alleyway with 7 big eyes.
Because the stereotype is there that, hey, nothing good happens in that dark alley. So
you had to say niggas.
No, I'm kidding.
Or not even, not even. I'm not walking
white dudes, big ass skinheads.
Why would I walk down at all?
Breaking news right now. Torey Lanez reportedly charged with felony assault and Megan Thee Stallion shooting, faces up to nearly 23 years in prison.
Damn.
Shit.
Damn.
Cue the Torey
Lanez from
Canada?
Damn.
So he can never go back home,
or he would he go in
kicked out
jail?
of Canada?
Trombone real quick. Where's your green one?
He needs to flee the country like Russell Simmons.
Red one.
Russell Simmons caught a Me Too and he went to Panama or some shit. Never came back, bro.
We ain't seen him since.
For real, he just left.
What about the rush card?
He rushed himself out of here.
He took a rush flight out of here, dude.
He used that to get the hell out of the country.
He went to a country you couldn't extradite from.
I'm about to call BET and see
never
if I
left.
got the FDIC, the 100K. The 100K back. I need that rush card money.
Yeah, he swept that rush card quick.
Damn.
Yeah, Torey Lanez is done for.
Damn.
no one knows the exact story, but clearly he shot her in some capacity.
He definitely got little man syndrome, fam.
Yeah.
She probably was like, nah, I don't want to fuck with you. He was like, nah, forget that.
You too tall for me anyway.
Yeah.
Bow.
He said what, like dance? Like dance?
Yeah,
bitch or
I
some
heard he
shit
was
like
trying to
that?
make her dance,
Yeah.
like bands.
Did not. Yeah, it's
Did
never.
he shoot her like Soldier Boy would have shot?
Nah, he probably shot her like
No, that's fucked up.
He took his mask off. I saw what. Shot him again. Come on, man.
Hella jokes. We don't keep that to ourselves.
That's bad. They said Megan needs to make a Many Men remix, bro.
What is he? 5'3", 150 or something like
That's
that?
messed up.
What?
Tory Lanez like 5'3", 150.
Something like that.
He's
like
5'3".
Yeah, he's like
Tim
5'3",
who?
dog.
But no, on a serious note,
No,
like,
Tim who? I know
Yeah.
Asian named Tim who. That's 5'3". Because it ain't me.
Timothy Delgado. Oh my!
That's him.
Who knows Timothy De La Ghetto though?
Everybody
From
knows
YouTube.
Timothy Delgado.
And then
don't
he
know
went
it.
to what? And then he went to Wild 'N Out.
What you talking about?
Timothy
Delgado.
Delgado.
Oh, I'm talking
What,
about.
let's go get some fried chicken
from
and get
Fresh
busy?
Prince.
yeah, let's go get some fried chicken and get busy.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't Timothy. What was it?
I think it was Raphael De La Ghetto.
Raphael. De La
Yeah,
Ghetto.
we talking about the Asian.
Yeah,
dude.
the Asian dude.
Nah, that nigga's weird.
That's messed up. Like, it's. I don't know why everyone walks around pretending to be like the toughest dudes, this and that, but like, you see all these dudes just like committing violent acts or just like acting like just little bitches because a female got like what? Why would you ever let not even anybody, but especially a female, get into your feelings that way?
Shit,
to
I
where
think
you'd
that's
wanna
the
cause
ones.
Physical. I know, like what, like men who are sort of like the toughest person. As soon as like they get into a situation with a female, they either get emotional, they get violent, they get angry. So you have Torey Lanez shooting up somebody. You have Offset talking about I don't love him, this and that. Then he gets broken up with. He's all I miss Granny, right? So it's like you get into situations, and it's what is it about? What is it about that would make him? You think it's a combination of the little man syndrome and like him really want Megan and her not fucking with him like that? Like get inside Torey's head. What led to him? What led to him committing that act of violence? You know,
All jokes aside, this goes back to what I said earlier. Like with the gun laws, bro, everybody does not need to have a gun. No matter what Megan Thee Stallion did, said, was going through, and it got over to Tory Lanez that he had the shooter in the foot if it wasn't in the case of protecting them both away from somebody else that was shooting at them. Like, why would you even pull out a gun on a female? That's the craziest part. It's like, okay, this girl is going to be taller than me. Got it. Now I got to shoot her in the foot to bring her down to my level, or what? Like, what's the case? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, nobody really knows what happened.
like, I don't even want to hear
In
the story of
instance.
what happened. It's just like the end is all I needed to hear. He shot a girl in the foot. That's the same thing as a dude punching a girl in the face. It's like, what's the violence against a woman for?
Yeah, I mean, to kind of go back a little bit with the, like everybody doesn't need a gun. It's kind of hard, you know, because one, a lot of these people do want to act tough, right? And having a gun is acting tough, and they want to protect themselves at the same time. And some people came from that. You know
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, but these days that shit don't work no more. We talked about that last week. Like, man, now niggas are shooting you. They ain't really trying to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially at that level of celebrity, like you got to kind of. I mean, to me, you should have a security guard all the time with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, then it's legal. I mean, you can even have a legal one, but then you still catch that charge. But if you hire a security company, they can have like some type of liability insurance where they don't get charged.
Bro, it just reminds me of a little kid with a toy, you know, because the thing is, guns, everybody has guns. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, if you had a gun, you was big man on the block type stuff. Now it seems like everybody has guns. So the fact that you're bringing out a gun and you're talking about whatever happened in the situation, it's like, bro, man, what are you showing off a gun for, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, who doesn't have a gun?
Like, why are you really pulling out a gun?
At what point? At what point in time of the night did you have to break out a gun and talk about dance for me or whatever it is?
he's probably drunk.
Little man. Little man.
High off everything.
He was certainly drunk on drugs, high something. You
That
know,
doesn't
I
justify
mean, it's
the
definitely not
reason.
warranted for
The
sure.
No, never warranted.
Napoleon complex. Is that what it's called?
yeah, because sometimes when you try to, like, people mistake when you try to explain, like, you can explain why you think something happened without justifying that the person did it, right?
Yeah.
You can speculate about what his mindset's like, what you've seen people act like when they get.
Like when you seen niggas.
Yeah.
You know how like you had a friend who, let's say they get a new watch, and they purposely try to show off that watch any chance they get.
Are you flashing it?
You know, that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's what I think of
Like
because
this at the desk.
doing this with the watch and all that stuff. He got a new gun probably. He want to sit there. Oh, let me take this gun that's in the car. Nah, G, because the end game is 23 years. Was it worth it?
And it was at like Kylie Jenner's house.
Yeah.
Like, fam, what are you doing, fam? In the hills, like
Tiger was on the way. Tiger said he was.
That's the
coming
last place you need to be strapped.
Tiger
at.
King. It's
Tiger?
tripping.
No, Kylie Jenner crib.
Oh.
I mean, I'm trading. Make sure. Wait, what kind of strap? Sorry. All right, let's talk about the star of the night
through. He
last
said
night.
Kylie Jenner. Sounds like not Bruce Jenner.
No, yeah.
We got it.
Not over there.
All right, so we had that vice presidential debate last night. Who you guys think won that?
The Fly?
The Fly.
Fly.
The Fly won that, right?
Yeah.
He had to have, because first of all, Mike Pence and Kamala Harris got to be two of the most boring motherfuckers on planet Earth combined. I'm sorry, I didn't want to watch 0% of that debate.
I hear you.
There was nothing. So I was like, let me go on Twitter and get the cliff notes. So like I figure, it's gonna be Kamala talked about the economic plan. Mike Pence, nope, it was just a fucking fly, bro.
But the significance,
that was all I heard.
The significance of a fly landing on Pence's head signifies that he's full of shit because flies are attracted to shit. So that's the only thing I'm taking from it.
Son, it was there for like 2 minutes.
He's shitty.
Didn't move.
You know?
Like for 2 minutes, guy. I'm recording it live. I'm shocked at the fact that I'm like, first off, what is this a fly? Mm-hmm. It didn't move, and he didn't feel nothing. I thought it was a bald spot. I thought it was my TV.
Yeah.
But then the whole thing outside of the fly, that debate was actually better than the presidential debate.
I've heard that.
Which is sad to say.
I've heard that.
But then another note, they dropped the ball so many times.
Yeah.
Freaking Pence called her Breanna Taylor, which really pissed me off.
Yeah.
You know, and Kamala, she dropped the ball where she had an opportunity where she could have actually indulged and went in on that, and she brought up George Floyd, which he deserves it as well too. But there were just so many situations in that debate that I feel like they were so disconnected with actually what was happening. The moderator, my good, thank you. Mr. Pence. The whole thing was just, I don't know, man.
Was he more like polite at least? Did the conversation at least flow a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about it was way smoother. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
so they actually talked?
They actually talked, but the thing was, he rarely answered the questions. And then people were defending him. You probably seen the comments talking about, it's a debate. It's on a Q&A.
Right.
Yeah. Man, this is, I definitely think it's 2-0. I still think the Democrats, whatever. I think the Pence's, he just looks like a villain, like you were saying, like he just looks like that guy that's like
his eyes are red.
Yeah, like he's got like ulterior motives, like he doesn't care, like he
Smithers.
Like he just like he looks like that villain. And it's like Smithers. like it's like he's up to something, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I have an announcement. I'm officially supporting the Biden-Harris campaign for 2020.
Tell us more.
So I like to stay on top of things. You know, save a little money, invest, put some money in the stock market, right? I got some stocks, right?
You about to say fuck somebody?
So no. So Trump, he goes on Twitter, like the stocks are going up all day, green, and then Trump tweets something. He was like, all right. He told all the Republicans, fuck the stimulus deal. Don't negotiate with the Democrats until after the election. So obviously, like, people are going to get money that would stimulate the economy. So people are like, fuck that. My stocks dropped, like, I'm not even going to say how, it was a lot in like 2 minutes. It went up like this, and literally after he tweeted, that shit went straight down. And so I'm reading articles. I'm reading articles that were like, a Democratic sweep is good for the economy. It'll boost investments. I was like, all right, I'm staying out of the race. But now that politics has affected me, Biden Harris 2020. I'm registering to vote. Stamping my ticket. You heard it here first.
Damn.
Fam, I think Trump needs to understand how
Biden
powerful
has one
he
vote.
is, bro. Because you heard about that, was it the mayor of Michigan? No, who was it from Michigan?
Oh, they tried to kidnap her?
Yeah, and you know
Oh, yeah, the
why?
governor?
Yeah, because like Trump pretty much gave it a green light back in April. He said something about Michigan needs to be liberated, and these people took that to heart. And this was, oh yeah, you didn't hear about this?
Dude, there's so many grease monkeys in the Trump organization, bro. It's funny, bro. Like, where they coming from? That fool say do something, they go do it, yo.
Google this shit.
I've never once. He said drink Clorox bleach and he drank it.
You got the Rona.
Wow, like.
So that fly has a Twitter account. It has 117.5 thousand followers already. One day in.
Who is in charge? Like the internet is undefeated.
Mike Pence follows him. No, following is following.
Oh, I
him.
thought you said
Oh, they said his guys was watching me at home like, damn, that's my nigga Flyshawn. He made it.
Oh shit. You see Trump refuses to do the next one.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
gonna
going
be
to do the
virtual.
virtual.
This nigga's crazy, bro. What's wrong with him?
Bro,
He won't do the next, but he has the Rona.
It was gonna be virtual.
That's what I'm saying. Why would he want to be in person? Like he has.
Oh yeah.
He went back to the White Office, the White House.
He said he didn't want
with
to
Corona. He went to the White House with Corona, took his mask off, and started talking to the staff. Like, bro, you have Corona.
Does not care, bro.
You have Corona. What are you doing?
You think this is a ploy just for him to,
I think he's done.
quote unquote, beat it, or is he done?
Oh,
I think he's trying to sabotage his own thing.
But he's
Think he's
struggling.
over this shit?
No,
I think he thought it was going to be a close race, but now it's clear that he's going to lose.
Yeah.
So now he's just doing dumb shit. I think.
Right.
I don't know. It's pretty. To me, it's pretty obvious that he's going to lose at this point.
Yeah.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
He's like 16% down or something like that. Like
Maybe I'm
behind or
just
something.
living in like the wrong area in the world. I just feel like all I see is Trump. I don't see nothing else.
What's crazy is a lot of Trump, like around us, but I think Minnesota is a blue state.
That's what I'm saying.
Minnesota could be up for grabs. We live in a
Yeah.
so our district congressperson is a Republican. It's like our district specifically is a Republican district, like Olmsted County. I don't know how many other little cities are in there, but he won like in a close race, and I think like the polls in Minnesota are pretty close.
50-50.
And then
He said if he loses Minnesota, he's not coming back.
and then there's a lot of people.
Deuces, cuz.
It's like Minnesota's up for grabs.
I see you in Iowa. Wisconsin, you're going to be right here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No, I don't
Oh
know.
my god! Don't leave.
I could be surprised because before the election last year or in 2016, all the polls had Hillary winning in a landslide, every single one. And I remember I went to bed that night, and I think something happened where he had won like Ohio or something. And it was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh, he's still not gonna win. And then my girl was laying next to me in bed. She's like, he's gonna fucking win. I'm like, nah, he's not. Then I went to bed. I woke up the next morning. The internet fucking exploded.
That's what I think is gonna happen. I don't think it's
It
that.
could be.
I don't think it's far enough off to where he's just gonna lose.
So I'll ask you guys this: what are your two scenarios if each president wins? What would that look like to you?
See, I work with a woman right now. She's like all about woman power, and I'm about it. But like, I guess the only thing she cares about is like Kamala Harris is winning, or being the president. If the two president candidates die, I'm like, it's only going to be 25% because you got to think about it. If Trump wins, his running mate is a dude, So if Biden wins, it's Harris. So I'm like, she's like all about, I hope they just both die. I'm like, damn, dark. So yeah.
No.
I mean, I don't think it affects my life, honestly. Either
Same
way.
thing.
Oh, me personally, no. I'm just meaning with society at large, because I feel like if Trump wins, some other people, they're just gonna waste another 4 years of their life being mad at Trump when they can't do anything about it. Like, he's in office, he's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. Some people are like, well, laws affect us, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, vote for the person you think is gonna pass the laws that you want to pass.
Correct.
Either they pass them or they don't pass them. You still are gonna have to live your life either way. I think if Biden wins, then I think things will calm down a little bit to where things won't be as tense. Because obviously we still had a lot of bad shit that happened during the Obama administration. Like Trayvon Martin happened during Obama. I think Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland. Shit was still bad, but at least I was actually watching this podcast the other day. In the interviewer asked the guy who would you want to have out of any president you could pick? Who would you want to have right now to be running the country? And he said Obama, just because he kind of had that soothing voice, like that confidence, to like let you know everything was gonna be okay, and that he could like kind of identify with you. I think Biden might remind people of that a little bit because he was with Obama, and you have Kamala who's like similar in that vein. So maybe it'll work and make people feel better. I don't know. I think Michelle Obama should run for president. That would be an easy landslide victory, first legit black woman president. But you know how it goes. Either way, I'm still gonna be at iotheauthor.com.
No, but since you brought it up, you think that'd be easy though?
Yeah, I think she's winning.
Oh, it would win. She would win.
She's like
Even with the South, bro.
She would win.
It would be a landslide.
From Florida to Atlanta,
She would
all
win.
those people in there.
She would win.
Oh man,
Think about how Obama came in.
that's a spooky alley right there, bro.
Obama was winning
That's one
states.
spooky alley.
Obama won states he wasn't supposed to win. He just
That's
won.
that black effect.
Yeah.
Y'all
I think
really
the
think?
rappers influenced that a lot. Like hip hop, like
Oh, big
influenced
facts.
that a lot.
Because that was one of the first times the majority of black people were able to vote and then voted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was
think
able to
about that.
vote, but I didn't
I didn't vote either.
because I knew like they had my back. I don't know. I guess.
Hold on. Y'all really think it's gonna be the same? I mean,
And I think it's gonna be worse. All the videos and shit that I've been
What's
seeing
gonna be
recently, I
different?
feel like it's gonna be different.
fam.
Wait, in
just
what
Like if
regard
Biden,
though?
if Biden wins, like the video that Tim brought up the other day, with the homeboy saying he's gonna start a civil
the
war
war,
or world war, whatever he wants to start.
Fam, the amount
Somebody's-
of radical groups
Yeah.
out there, like I said, these dudes just got charged. 6 white men just got charged for trying to kidnap a senator. This doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
senators, bro. So what can you do? A
they were
regular
plotting to.
pedestrian?
Here's what I'm saying. So I'm just thinking about this right now, going, this shit might actually get really reckless here real soon, bro. Because there's people out there like you talked about it last time, Monte. There's people out here that you go to a Trump rally, it just feels nasty, it feels disgusting, and just they look at you like, hey man, I will shoot you right now on the spot, and this man is gonna approve of it. I'm just saying, man. I don't know. This is one of those elections where I feel like we actually really have to vote, and we have to vote right. And I'm not even one of those guys that even talks like that. But that's what it's coming down to now.
I mean, I'm still not actually voting. But
What? You said it here first, man.
Heard it
Hold
here
on,
first. You can't be
What
lying
the
on a
fuck?
pod.
He lying.
Give me this beer back.
Within 10 minutes, he lying.
Yeah. Wow.
Enough of this. Man, keep that shit.
Enough of the sad shit.
All right, let's get into some fun shit. What?
No, I'm just laughing at this.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm not gonna vote.
What?
Sold me short.
We gave you cheers.
no,
fam,
we'll see.
take those back.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut that out when we on the playback.
Let's go.
Get some cheers and cheers.
Do you want to talk about that?
What?
The DM shit?
That's on your list, ain't it?
I got a lot of shit on my list.
No, bring it up. Bring it
All
up.
right,
Bring them out.
So, we have a lot of conversations here at the Five Mics Pod on pod days and obviously on regular days. We were just having a conversation about sliding into DMs with everything being kind of virtual. We had that conversation a few weeks ago where it's almost like we don't even need phone numbers anymore because everybody talks to each other on Instagram and Snap and all that. But anyway, so we're talking about, how do you slide into the opposite sex's DMs? So we'll say that on Instagram because that's probably
There's
easiest.
some people that list us that probably slide in the same sex and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
so.
How do you? God damn it.
Just so you know. We're
Yeah.
not trying to
Fucking
get canceled. Not trying to get canceled out there.
So how do you First of all, is it? That's pretty easy. It's definitely accepted now, I would say. But is it okay? And then how do you do it?
I think to be appropriate with sliding into someone's DM, it's all about intent. I've been a slider for a long time.
Oh, you in the playground?
Yeah, But it's like when I'm
So recess ass out here, bro.
when you actually think about like trying to talk to somebody, am I trying to actually get to know them as a person? Am I trying to take them out on a date? Or I'm just asking them a simple ass question, So that intent has to be in the initial slide. Like, hey, like what does hey mean? Like someone send me hey, I'll be like, hi,
Hey.
motherfucker. But if they were like, yo, how you doing? Where you from?
ASL, you know, stuff like that.
That'd be fucking comedy right now.
You know, that's different, you know. So it's just like you have to have that intent in the initial slide.
Yeah, I think it's a story, and depending on what's in the story or whatever, like I think that's how you slide. They put up a story or whatever, and that initiates that conversation because they're posting something, that story about something. You can start. Oh, I got the same shoes, or
damn, you like food?
You alive? Perfect. That's
So if you're
something like
thinking,
that.
so if you're thinking stories, you know, you got the quick emoji.
Yep.
Are you doing emojis or are you actually texting something?
I'm not doing nothing, but I think texting is probably better.
Actually say words.
Yeah.
You can do the hard eyes though.
G. Bro,
Oh god.
we blessed. The game has gotten so easy.
It's made.
Dog,
it's mad
the
easy.
game,
They got quick responses.
son. Oh my gosh, the quick reactions. You could do the fire, the 100, the hearts,
I
the
would never do 100
congratu-
in my life.
Gee, I'm just
What
saying.
about that tattoo on your neck?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you did it.
Hold on.
LA niggas.
But no, real talk though.
Here, what-
The game has gotten easy.
Put the weed in the
Sliding in DMs is probably the easiest it's ever been.
Oh, facts.
Dog,
Yeah.
all this. You like they post. You like they post. You do quick reactions. They like your post. Next thing you know it, you have a little conversation like Monte said based off of something like that. And you're not
bingo, you
really
got
even
action.
sliding in the DMs. Just like that. Next
But I think it could be
got 3 kids.
like James said, it can be a couple different, you know, levels. Like, yes, she might look good, but you also just actually commented on something. Like you might like whatever she posted, or you might like the song that she played. Like, damn, I didn't even know that dude had that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then there's some intent where you're like, damn, she kind of fire. And it might be the same
Right.
same response, but I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's up to the person that got slid on to actually respond in the manner that they want.
Yeah.
Like if I was like, you know, if I piggyback, you know, whatever. But if I was like sliding somebody because I gave them the fire emoji,
yeah.
and it was like, oh yeah, you like that too?
You
Now
like
I'm-
that?
Now I'm like, shit. What does she mean? Now I'm like, okay, yeah, I did like that. You know, where you from? You know, so
that was the
it's-
weakest game ever.
It's the conversation. No, trust me. I'm being cool.
Response pending.
This nigga worse than Quavo.
I'm good with mine, man. I got my girl at home. You know how we do.
Yeah, I guess I never see. I thought slide like your definition of sliding and mine is different. Like if
You don't
there's-
slide, though.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't slide. Right. What I consider sliding is like just randomly going into any DMs with like girls you see and just like posting shit. Right.
Oh, you a savage.
Oh, like ones you don't even follow?
Following them or like sliding in. So
Nigga, that's Christian Bale. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
so like story reactions. I don't really consider that slide. I do shit like that. But yeah, on Instagram, I won't add a girl on Instagram unless I've actually like met her in some context or like something like that.
She a follower list.
Never do it.
Word?
Yeah.
So you, all the girls you follow, you met them either through virtual or through reality.
Yeah. I don't just look up. I go on this pic. She has a bunch of friends.
I went through a phase where I followed all the IG models. I did.
Can't do
Yeah,
it.
I don't follow that. I don't
But
follow
your
that many people.
timeline is
Period.
like too much.
Yeah.
I mean, now the algorithms are all fucked up. Before
Yeah,
it was
like it fucks
decent.
my timeline, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Like Jenna Fumes or Fumes, whatever, and all them
definitely
shorties.
Iskra Lawrence.
You ever
All
had
of-
to
all
like
of them.
unfollow probably chicks because you would like all their pictures?
I don't like
Yes.
girls' pictures. Wait, you'll unfollow because
You
you're
don't like pictures?
no.
Who are you?
It was just like
It's the Nigerian psycho. I told y'all
He's
niggas,
a
bro.
ghost. He
is
sees,
ghost.
observes everything, but he says nothing.
I don't go out of my way to like pictures.
I hate.
not how it
Why
is.
do you have an
It's on your
Instagram? It's
timeline.
not.
It's in
No,
your
it's not out of your way.
face.
It's like easy.
I
Scroll
got
up, double
I
tap.
have an Instagram to promote my business.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then I like looking at the pictures, but there's like 300 likes there. You got enough.
So what?
Why-
They
why-
need the
Hey man, if I got $2.99, you better give me that 300.
300.
No, I like people I know. I fuck with them friends. I like your picture, but I'm
Check
not
my
like
pictures, man.
licensed.
I don't think I was like
Yeah, let me see my shit now, bro.
Yeah, check your shit
Let me
out.
find out.
Check this shit out. I like
find
your
out,
guys'
bro.
shit, but random shorties. Oh, heart emoji, blah blah blah. No, I'm good.
You don't got
Oh
time.
no, I don't do no comments.
Yeah. I don't do comment. I'll be honest with you. It's nonchalant for me. I just
Yeah,
like.
shit. If I
Right.
if I know you, Or if we
Yeah,
been
if I
friends
know
on the
you,
gram
or
for
if
a
it's a
while, I'm
post
just gonna
that I
like the
fuck with.
shit.
Yeah,
I don't even
exactly.
care what it is half the time.
Exactly.
This nigga posted himself butt naked one time. I had to like that shit.
Hey,
Only reason I liked it because you liked it. I ain't gonna lie.
I won't lie.
I wasn't gonna.
I
wasn't
looked
gonna
at
do
it for like 7
Everybody-
minutes.
All right,
like,
I got it. I
Instagram.
got it now.
I think everyone's
Rochester
Instagram.
ladies following all of you, getting
I
likes.
wouldn't follow the Rochester.
Nah, but
Casual.
honestly, I do it for acknowledgement. It's just one of the. It's my best way of saying that. Hey, you know what? We might not talk all the time, but I see you.
bam,
Yeah.
got it.
That's
Right.
it.
I think everyone's that I know, Instagram algorithm flows through Dino's. Cause I'll go look at somebody's picture like by Dino. Like, damn, they just posted it a minute ago. You already beat me
Damn, I be on the gram all day.
Bro, one day we was hanging out. I seen this dude, bro. He just had his phone out, and I literally watched this dude. I was
Yeah.
going.
I don't
you
even
guys
pay
watch The
attention. I
Social
just
Dilemma on Netflix?
Nah, I need to watch it. You watch it yet?
It's good.
Bro, it's funny because like they were like talking about how people are addicted to like social media and their phones.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, damn, I was looking at the Social Dilemma, have them tell me that I was addicted to my phone as
On your
I was
phone.
on my phone.
Yeah, same happened to
fuck.
me. Same happened to me.
Like,
Yeah.
and then I tried to put my phone away and actually pay attention and focus on the show.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched probably like 45-ish minutes of it. I had to go
Because they
before
said
work.
like the people that do the algorithms are the ones that won't even allow their kids to partake in any social media.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word, yeah.
Yeah, ain't that
Yeah,
crazy?
yeah. So that's probably.
I saw like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I had to, before work, I had to watch, or I watched some of it, you know, so I'll probably finish it later.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a time to actually sit down and watch it. I heard it's
Without your
pretty good.
phone. That's probably
Yeah.
the toughest thing.
Yeah.
I usually watch things without my phone.
Nah, bro, you got to put the phone under the mattress.
Yes, that slot machine.
I don't
effect's
have
like,
to do that. Like,
Why you keep pulling the slot machine? Because you just
Yeah, you think
you're
the next one's the next.
You're
Yeah.
thinking the next one's the next one. So you're looking for the like, and you're looking like that picture. Oh, look and see how many likes you get. Oh, I got 100. Oh, I got 200. Oh,
Right. I mean, it's
oh, that
co-
girl's picture I liked 3 weeks ago. Oh, she liked mine now.
Well, it's come
Blah, blah,
down
blah.
to like people got to like figure out posting times. Like, ooh, if I post at this
Yeah,
time, I have a
14
post
a.m.
on this day. It's like, damn, are we really that petty right now?
well, it's because you want visibility. It's not even really for me when I do stuff for the business. It's not about likes. It's about visibility because I
Right,
can see
right.
my reach. you
Correct,
know?
me. Yeah, same.
So I know I have to post primarily before 10 a.m. during the week. You know, Sundays is probably the best day to post for me. I don't know
Because
why.
people are going out to brunch.
I don't know what it is, but
Well, no,
anytime
that-
I post on a Sunday, that shit booms.
I just don't like how the game is cheating, man. Because some people are posting stuff, and I'll be honest, it's whack. But they're getting the views, they getting the
Yeah.
likes, and the more I think about it, I go, if it's all algorithm that's controlling this kind of stuff or whatever it is, it's just unfair. Because legitimately, some of this shit is just awful.
But it's two-part,
you
you know,
gotta
'cause
learn it,
people,
yeah.
you know, they're giving you the ability to purchase.
Correct.
Like you could buy likes, you could buy followers, you could buy all that shit.
I've done it.
You know, you could do all that stuff. My
Guilty.
account is general, you know, it's straight like genuine. Like I bought nothing, I paid for nothing.
But you got a lane.
I do have a lane.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't.
Lane. Stay in my lane, Nick. No, I was playing, but I do have a lane. You're right.
What'd he say?
Well, the thing is, we complain about like the
Now you gotta know what
algorithms
LeVar Ball is.
and the way social media works, right?
Get your ass out.
But on the documentary, it was like if you
Get this nigga out of here, bro.
Just shot me.
But it was saying if you go on a platform and it's free, then you're the product.
Word. Yeah, facts.
So we complain about the way that we're getting ads thrown in our face or the way that algorithms are manipulated, but we don't want to pay for content. We don't want to pay to use Instagram. We don't want to pay to use Twitter. So if we wanted the social media platforms to work the way we wanted to work, where it was more organic, where we saw the shit we wanted to see, well, then we would have to pony up and pay for it, right?
that bread up.
But since we don't, we got to deal with the algorithm. We got to deal with the BS influencers. Why? Why do the influencers who kind of post this kind of patty cake content that's not real, filtered photos? Well, something about our behavior as users is telling us that's what we want to see. They wouldn't put that shit up there if it didn't attract the most eyeballs and if it wasn't the most profitable. So we talk about the fact that we don't like some of the content that's being put out. That kind of shows a broader kind of level of kind of like garbage taste that we have as humans, right? And we always look at we're the ones who are above that, right? We're the ones who aren't susceptible to advertising, but we're wearing Jordans and Nike and Adidas and all these different
And
brands,
Life.
right? We say we're above life, right? We say we're above it, but when it comes to our, it's not what people say, it's what they do. So
Right.
Instagram is giving us what we want, even if we say we don't want it.
Right, and like Tim has said, you know, it's because I'm in my lane. You know, I think that me being in my lane has actually saved me a lot of money, it's also created, you know, a lot of doors for me to go through as well. Like being black and beer, bro, I've probably traveled the most I've ever traveled in my life since I've been doing beer, you know, with a quote unquote Instagram, what do you want to call it, an influencers page. You know, I don't buy beer, the shit comes to me, you know, so I'm not going to a liquor store spending $100, $200 a week saying I bought a beer. Like, it comes to me, you know, so it's like I'm saving money, I'm taking, like, doing trips, you know, and it's all just beer promoted. So, you know, me becoming like a trademark, selling myself through advertisement, like you said, has actually benefited me. And sometimes, you know, for these other influencers, they are getting these benefits, but sometimes you got to think about it. It's like these other influencers who aren't getting this reach, who aren't getting this notoriety, you know, or like this so many likes and things like that. Because like, as I was watching like the Social Dilemma, they're talking about like suicide rates and everything like that. It's skyrocketed since social media skyrocketed. So it's like, if I go out and post something I did with a beer and I didn't get my 220, 225 and 3 hours of likes, it's like, fuck, I gotta delete that and probably post it up in the next couple of days. You know, I've never been the one to do that, but I do know people who are that way. Yeah. Like, damn, man, I think I liked that picture 2 days ago. Yeah. And I'm liking it again. You know, it's like, damn, I think they did delete that post, you know, because it's like they didn't get that same reach that they were reaching for, you know? So it's like, now it's like one of those things, like when the Social Dilemma, or I don't want to say like the Netflix show, but like the Social Dilemma is out there for people to be like, I got to post it before 10, or I got to post before I fall asleep, or if I wake up in the morning, I'm going to look at the post and look at all these stories and things like that, you know? So my merger was getting off Snapchat. And that's when I took Instagram more serious, because like Snapchat disappears in a day. I feel like more local people will be looking at my social, and it goes nowhere. Oh man, what'd you do yesterday? I'm like, damn, you didn't check my story on Snapchat? I had the whole thing on there. You know, and it's gone. You know, Instagram, if I post, that's there forever until I delete it. You know, damn near I could make it a highlight, you know, if I wanted it to, you know. So I don't know. That's why I've always been like a bigger fan of all social medias to be on Instagram, even the Facebook, because Facebook's gonna be that's a trouble
Facebook
right
for
there.
the fans.
Facebook's like for the drama.
All right. So if you want to slide in that DM, slide in that DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to see who everybody's following. Start hitting that follow button. Dropping snowflakes.
Maybe like you got that Quavo
Better
back.
watch out.
I'm a glacier.
Better watch out, yo. What that
Wait, no. Don't do it.
Everybody about to start having a lot of people in common with Io.
You'd be like, damn, why you follow everybody?
Yeah, you know this dude.
Damn, I don't like that photo.
Your name.
All right, let's go a relationship corner real quick. Got like
wasn't it?
25. You don't? Nah. This one's good.
That was it.
How do you guys feel about?
His hands together.
You know what time it is. How do you guys feel about the expression bringing sand to the beach? So bringing your girlfriend or your significant other
On vacation or something like
you
that.
know, vacation, or taking her to a party that you're going to, get together with the homies, you know, stuff like that.
So it's funny that back in college, went spring break, went to Panama City Beach in Florida.
Shit's wild.
You went to college?
And,
Negro Damas?
With Melissa?
and he said, "No, that's another person."
Jamie?
And another person. You said her name. And so
Nigga went to Harvard.
It was a stage outside,
Westlake,
and like everybody was dancing. The DJ was like, he was like, "Hey, man, you want to come up?" Like, there was girls dancing, and this dude was in the front, like going crazy. He was like, "Come up here," and like his like girlfriend grabbed his arm, and he was like, "Oh, stop the music, everything." He was like, "What's the #1 rule?" And then like everybody was like, "Don't bring sand to the beach." And it's talking about bringing this girl out there, whatever. But it's tough. Like if I got friends, I'm going to hang out. Sometimes it feels just like, why add that? Like it's, I don't know. I feel like it's, these are my friends. Like, like I don't need you to come with me to hang out with them and stuff like that. Then when I'm hanging out with my friends and then I feel like I need to spend more time and pay attention to you instead of them. So I can't be ignoring you, because then that starts a fight.
I feel like that is probably the toughest thing, to incorporate all aspects.
Everything, yeah.
Recently in July, you know, I brought Shorty
That's
down.
a Timism.
What?
Recently in July. That's a Timism for sure. That was. We got to call that one out. But go ahead.
Okay, back in July, I brought the Shorty down to Miami, you know, but it was beer promoted, you know, and it was tough for me to incorporate her, even if I know I'm going to be in the breweries. Even last year, you know, just switching the spectrum just a little bit, I brought my guys to Chicago for a beer, you know, event.
You didn't bring us. We went.
Well, I mean, y'all came with, you know, but it was like still tough
I
to
got
incorporate hanging out with them who don't really do a lot of beer and me going specifically for beer. So I'm like, shit, I got to split my time up. How, you know? But bringing Sam to the beach is always probably going to be tough unless your counterpart actually enjoys the same things that you do. If they don't, then it's going to be that seesaw of that back and forth that you just don't know how to incorporate because like we're just not built like that. Like happiness is built with what you want. You know, you could be like, oh, I'm happy with my partner all day, but if they don't do the same things that you like to do, it's going to be very, very tough to incorporate that into doing everything that you want to do together.
Yeah, it's healthy to have separate stuff.
So don't bring Sam.
Yeah, being around your girl all the time is bad for your relationship.
Yeah, it's healthy.
I think being around anybody is.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be a. Cause you see those couples where like they're just together all the whole time, and then both of them become like almost too much of a homebody. They're a little bit too weird. They look alike. They start to look like they don't really fuck with nobody. It's like you got to have your separate time, and you got to have time. You got to have time to go be with your boys. You got to have time to go out and talk to different people and like mingle and like you just don't want to be at the crib all the time. With you. She should be having her own life, doing her own shit. Because I know when people get like too wrapped up into each other, that's when you get into like codependent relationships. Like you guys are both relying on each other for your life, and yeah, especially when you're going out to. It depends on like there's a couples party where you know it's like a couples party, right?
Yeah, that's what I was.
And then it's kind of lamer and boring. you want to do like couples shit, kumbaya couples fire, right?
Oh, I like the way you knitted that.
Yeah, so then you know.
Bro, but like,
if you're gonna go rage, you let her go home and chill.
Bro,
so
if we hanging out, right? Let's say all of us got shorties, right? And so it's a couples thing. We gonna do Top Golf. It's the couples. All of a sudden, our single friend, if he pulls up, he the odd man out because why would you come to a couples event dolo, right? Mm-hmm. So now, if I go to a house party, I'm not bringing my shorty with me because there's no need for you to even be here. Because one of them things now where I'm at this get together, whatever it is, to be with the guys. All of a sudden now it's just a matter of I got to entertain two parties, like you said.
Yep.
It makes no sense. So like I don't want to make you feel awkward because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get caught up in the moment where we gonna start laughing, whatever it is, doing our thing, and then I gotta look over and see you sitting there, clearly not having fun. Yep. And then guess what happens? All right, boys, man, I gotta roll, man. What's up, man? We having man, but you can look over, you can see it.
Can I bring this light up?
Go ahead.
About a year ago.
What's up?
The Halloween party.
Oh yeah, I dipped. Yeah, I dipped, bro. Because
with the man in the costume, and I was like, "Damn, where'd Tim go?" I just shook his hand. He dipped.
So since that party, I had a conversation with my shorty, and I told her, I said, "Hey, I can't bring you to get-togethers anymore, just based off of that party, because I was having a good time with y'all. We was watching the Lakers game. He came through as Jesus. He was Black Jesus. Well, I don't know if Jesus is black or not. You were Jesus. You're right. You're right. But then all of a sudden, I could tell she wasn't having a good time. And she wanted to roll, and it's fine. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I can't keep doing this.
Is that why she left my surprise party?
No, she had to write a paper, right?
Nah, she had to write a paper, bro.
Allegedly, right.
That was last week. She had to write the paper. No, but with that one, so she got personally invited. So I was like, you might as well just come through and show love. Be there for the surprise aspect of it. Yeah. But then after that, I mean, she had a roll. But either way, it's just, even if she would have stayed, I would have still feel a little bit weird because I just don't like doing that, bro. I'm not really trying.
It's very tough to incorporate, I think.
Yeah, it's hard because like you said, like all you guys said, if you're going to a spot and you know it's just the homies, or you know it might be a couple ladies, but it's really just the homies there. It's hard to do both. You know, like I gotta cater to you who don't really know the homies like that. But then if you have a chick that can mingle, you know, then you can open up the tourism in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that could be a problem though too.
I mean, if she can come and
if she out there wilding, you gonna look at her and be like, whoa.
Nah, not wilding, because it depends on what you attract. I don't attract no wilders. What you attract?
I attract them all.
Mr. One Night Stand.
Whatever. But like, if
I ain't got no type.
Oh
Get the
my
fuck
God,
outta here.
what is his name? Ray Schumer?
Why you gotta say it like that? I'm listening to
Timmy Smalls, nigga, get out of here, bro. But yeah, if she can mingle and converse with people and be cool, then it'll work. You know what I'm saying? But that's not for every situation. That's why most of the time if we set anything up, we're like, all right, anybody bringing the girls? All right, then I know I can come with a girl or I can come by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just what it is.
Hold on. You got a type?
Yes, he does.
I do. Swag.
Nope.
Swag.
Nope.
She gotta have swag.
They gotta be.
I don't say that.
I don't have a type.
I don't have a type. Like it's not a physical. Like she doesn't have to be black. She doesn't have to be white. She doesn't have to be Mexican. She ain't got to be short. She ain't got to be tall. To me, we had this conversation, me, G, and Dale the other day. I was like, what's that one attribute that you really like?
Nigga, energy,
like,
bro.
yeah,
I'm
see
attracted
what
to
I'm saying?
energy. That's it now.
Like mine is like, you gotta have some swag. Like you gotta know how to dress. You gotta know how to act. You gotta be cool. And then I like eyes. Weird ass shit. Like not the color of their eyes, it's like their eyes, nigga. How they look in your soul. Like
Bro, that's like pickup line 101. Hey girl, I love your eyes. Like,
nah, I'm not.
Why you gotta say it like that though?
hey girl,
my
no
soul.
smile.
Yeah,
Like,
look through my
Sex-
soul.
yeah,
shorty.
sexiest body part.
See, not a body part
Or
though.
sexiest non-obvious thing is like little lower back dimples in the middle.
Yeah, you seen that first night? When you seen
where
that?
the fuck do you see that?
When do you see that?
Hey, girls, lift up your shirt.
Summertime, you never seen. All
We
the
live in
time.
Minnesota, nigga. When do you see that?
When I see him,
No,
Hey, so you got a fly in your
girl,
back.
can you pick your shirt up real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Turn around.
Turn around.
You
Can you
like
pick
one or
that up
two?
right there?
One or two.
Yeah,
days.
I used to date this girl.
gotta
That
be two.
piercings in them too. She was bad. Anyways, I like girls who. I like girls who.
That wear Abercrombie and Fitch?
No, I like.
What's wrong with this nigga?
I like that song.
I like girls who they don't need to wear like a shit ton of makeup. Like I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of the caked on.
hate makeup.
I'm not a fan of the caked on makeup.
Hate
Don't
it.
really have a long hair. Like long hair is usually a big thing for me. Short hair can work, but if you don't have the face to the shape to pull it off,
Like short or like neck.
remember when a lot of girls were doing like they were doing like the shave thing, and they were doing like the they do like shave half of it, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
they
half.
have
Oh, never would I ever.
so like there's like probably like one out of
Some
every
butt
10
shit.
1 out of every 10 girls who tried it actually like made it look good, right? So like don't
Yeah,
do all
10%.
that shit like that, right? So I don't know, but I don't really have a type. Like my rating scale is either like 1 or 0. Like either I want to or I don't. I'm not like, oh, she's a 8.5, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
get you.
Yeah.
1 or 0. That's the scale.
You got an attribute?
Oh, it's me?
Sure.
All right, yeah.
Sure.
Y'all some dickheads.